All right, y'all, welcome back for some more conspiracy theories and unexplained mysteries. All right, before we get to the crazy videos and all of that, we got to unplug some more people out of the matrix, man. And you do that by hitting that like button, then putting hashtag unplugged in the comment section and let us know you've been unplugged. All right, and if you're new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and join the family. With that being said, let's get to the craziness. Here we go.
Videos recorded by U.S. Navy personnel have added a new layer of evidence to the current national debate about UFOs. For the first time, radar images recorded inside a Navy ship have confirmed the presence of several unknown objects that swarmed around the ship for hours. I-Team reporter George Knapp here with a story that broke today on Mystery Wire.
Thanks, Brian. Over the past 3 years or so, the public has been able to see several astounding images of what certainly qualify as UFOs during encounters with the U.S. Navy. There's no question that the Pentagon has censored data to go along with the photos and videos, but none of that information has been leaked or otherwise released. That is, until today.
Omaha, 15 kids. For 2 long hours on the night of July 15, 2019, the crew of the USS Omaha detected on multiple sensor systems unknown objects that surrounded the ship as it moved through ocean waters west of San Diego. One of the objects, a self-illuminated sphere at least 6 feet in diameter, flew alongside the Omaha for an extended period and was observed through a thermal sensor in the ship's combat center. Filmmaker Jeremy Corbell released the Navy video weeks ago and says similar events were reported by 8 other Navy ships in the same area over 3 days.
Mark bearing and range.
There was numerous warships that are having similar it appears to be coordinated interaction, and this whole series was within this kind of, I'd say, circumference of 100 miles, and there was up to 50 to 100 contacts.
In the last 3 years, the Pentagon...
Now, what they're going to try to lead us to believe is that that was a hologram. And though it could very well be, I'm still just not 100% buying into that's a hologram. You know what I'm saying? Like, those pilots and those Navy ships and stuff like that, they would have been, okay, we figured it out. Like we have the capabilities to figure that stuff out. So we'd have been done, ruled that out and said, okay, or said that's what it was. But we still haven't.
Miles, and there was up to 50 to 100 contacts.
In the last 3 years, the Pentagon has reluctantly confirmed the legitimacy of UFO images captured by Navy ships and air crews, including these photos taken off the coast of Virginia and the better-known videos, the so-called Tic Tac incident and the gimbal. But other than the images themselves, there's been no release of censored data to buttress these cases. There is now.
Well, if you can write a general lat long where we're at, and the number of contacts you got, the course of the speed meters on.
Over a period of hours, crew members on the USS Omaha, which is located in the center of this radar screen, monitored the approach of the unknown objects, as many as 14 at one point, all around the ship. 2 different radar systems watched the objects and estimated their speed.
Track 781 just sped up to 46 knots, 50 knots, closing in. Oh, actually 38 knots.
That one's pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right?
Yeah.
Corbell obtained the images from sources he declines to identify. The Pentagon's UAP task force considers the Omaha spheres to be true unknowns. The ships that were under observation by the unknowns were unable to track where they came from or where they disappeared to. The Omaha sphere appears to have vanished into the ocean.
Oh, splashed.
At that point, it also vanished.
So how does a hologram give you splash? He just said, whoa, splash. How does a hologram give you splash?
From all sensors. In one video snippet, 9 of the objects were seen around the Omaha, but 2 of them dropped off, somehow invisible to 2 radar systems.
And it supports the hypothesis that these are not just a balloon dropping into the water, or it's not something that is easily explained. These are true unidentifieds in mass number, and we'll talk more about that, but that's what we're showing people, where you have radar data that goes with FLIR data, what everybody has been belly aching for. So here you go.
If these are foreign-made high-tech drones, how do they fly with no wings, rotors, or detectable exhaust? Do they possess some sort of cloaking ability? The sensor data, combined with the video images, raises difficult questions.
These are unidentified. We don't know what they are. Everybody tries to corner me in saying they're aliens or something like this. I have no idea.
Take track as best you can.
George Knapp, 8 News Now. The video of the radar screens consists of 4 clips that were spliced together to show that this went on over a period of time. Today, less than 4 hours after that video was made public by us, a Pentagon spokesperson confirmed it is legit, that it was recorded by Navy personnel and is in the hands of the UAP Task Force. That's the unit created to prepare a report for Congress that is due next month.
The speed and power of computers has been doubling every 1 to 2 years since the 1960s and 70s. And now, artificial intelligence, combined with that computing power, could be poised to solve some of technology's biggest barriers. But scientists now say that humanity is at a critical crossroads, and the path we choose in the next century will shape the course of our civilization for generations to come. Will humanity one day reach the highest level of technological advancement, allowing us to become an interplanetary species with the ability to colonize entire galaxies? Or will our own technology doom us? Stay tuned to find out.
It's always a thought.
In 1964, Soviet scientist Nikolai Kardashev put forward a groundbreaking theory, proposing that all civilizations, regardless of the race or culture of their inhabitants, require energy to sustain themselves. As societies grow and develop, their energy needs increase exponentially, driven by factors such as population growth, rising living standards, and technological advancements. To measure the level of energy consumption, Kardashev devised 3 levels of civilizations, but other scientists have since suggested 4 more levels. Each type of civilization is distinguished by their level of energy consumption and technologies they use. Now let's take a look at each of the 7 types. A Type 0 civilization uses almost all of the natural resources on their planet to obtain energy, launching into space using rockets fueled by chemical energy. That's where we are right now. This is because a Type 1 civilization consumes a minimum of 10 to the 16 watts of energy, and we currently consume about 10 to the 13 watts of energy. This puts us at about 0.73 on the scale. According to American theoretical physicist and futurist Michio Kaku, it's estimated that humanity will be capable of consuming energy on a scale comparable to that of a Type 1 civilization within the next 100 to 300 years. But to cross this line, we have to get through the Great Filter first, a phenomenon that wipes out civilizations long before they can encounter each other. The theory behind the idea that each extraterrestrial civilization ultimately faces some barrier to its own survival came from economist Robin Hanson. This Great Filter can be anything from nuclear warfare, pandemics, artificial intelligence, planet-killing asteroids, or even climate change. If we make it past whatever the
all of those things, have pandemic we just dealt with, nuclear warfare is always in the balance of us having to deal with whomever is trying to fire those off. You know what I mean? Climate change we're dealing with all the time, talking about it now, different things that they're trying to do or have been doing behind our backs. So yeah, we're staring all of those in the face.
Great Filter will be for us. Only then will we be able to advance to the next civilization type. Civilization Type 1 is also known as a planetary civilization. When we finally reach this stage of evolution, we will be able to establish control over all energy resources available on Earth. This means that us humans will need to fully utilize all the solar radiation that reaches our planet. The Earth absorbs about 71% of the energy that the Sun radiates, and each hour, 430 quintillion joules of energy from the Sun hits the Earth. The total amount of energy that all humans use in a year is around 410 quintillion joules. That said, if we were able to harness all of this energy at once, we'd be able to power everything with just the sun. Wind, along with hydroelectric energy, would add even more resources for developing technologies. When it comes to harnessing the power of a star, it will be nuclear fusion that creates a huge breakthrough in clean and reliable energy. But the old stuff certainly needs to go first. Our current nuclear power plants run on fuel that undergoes nuclear fission, has a low energy conversion coefficient, leaves behind radioactive waste, and carries a high risk of accidents. Nuclear fusion, on the other hand, will provide a safe and almost unlimited source of clean energy without radioactive waste. By creating engines that can be powered by nuclear fusion, we'll be able to send manned spacecraft to any planet in the solar system. Life on Earth could become more comfortable, climate change could be averted, and it's possible that, in the future, we could build entire cities underwater. Advancements in medicine will ultimately defeat cancer and other incurable diseases, thus significantly elevating the longevity of human life. However, the future holds even greater promise for the next evolutionary level. A Type 2 civilization, also known as stellar civilization, harnesses and consumes a staggering 10 to the 26 watts of energy. Scientists think humanity stands a chance of breaching this limit in about 3,200 years. Once we get there, it will enable us to tap into the sun's boundless energy reserves. There are multiple ways we can do this, with the most notable being the hypothetical Dyson sphere, a colossal megastructure with a surface area millions of times larger than Earth's, capable of capturing and transmitting the star's entire energy output. Alternatively, a star can be encompassed by a cluster of satellites and space habitats. This method of energy harvesting is sometimes referred to as a Dyson swarm. The swarm would consist of a large number of individual solar collectors or panels, which could be positioned at different distances and orientations around the star to maximize energy capture. The energy collected by the swarm could then be transmitted wirelessly to a central location for storage or use by the civilization. As humanity ushers in the age of anti-gravity engines, it will unlock new opportunities for extended space travel and the colonization of the solar system. With advancements in medical technology, astronauts will no longer have to worry about the toll that extended space missions have on their health, as tissue regeneration and significantly prolonged life expectancy become a reality. However, as our civilization continues to grow and evolve, it's only a matter of time before the limits of the solar system become constraining, leading us to explore further and push the boundaries of our technology. According to Kardashev's calculations, reaching a Type 3 or galactic civilization may take up to 5,800 years. At this level, we will have harnessed the energy from stars throughout the galaxy, and even collected photons from the accretion disks of black holes. With an astonishing 10 to the 36 watts of energy at our disposal, we'll potentially have the power to travel almost instantaneously across the Milky Way using the mysterious phenomena of wormholes. To further expand our horizons, we'll create advanced races of robots and cyborgs and explore new frontiers beyond our wildest imagination.
Hopefully we find the Fountain of Youth, because I want to see some of this, especially wormholes, man. I've been intrigued with that for a while now.
We'll also probably come closer to the concept of immortality as the human lifespan increases to maximum potential.
What?
While this
Really?
level of development may represent the upper limit of any civilization, some scholars have gone beyond.
So in 5,000 years, possibly, you know what I mean? All this is just speculative thinking. 5,000 years, we could possibly see immortality, bro. Those lucky jokers, man.
Kardashev's theory and propose models for civilizations of types 4 to 7.
Put me in cryo station.
A Type 4 civilization would achieve the ultimate breakthrough in our understanding of the universe, harnessing its incomprehensible energy potential of 10 to the 46 watts. Their mastery over the power of supernovae, which explode every 50 years in a galaxy like the Milky Way, will grant them access to vast amounts of energy. And with the addition of dark energy, they will unlock the key to traversing the distant corners of the cosmos, possibly even settling within supermassive black holes. Yet this is merely the beginning of humanity's awe-inspiring journey. As humans of the future delve deeper into the mysteries of physics and energy, they will be able to manipulate entire galaxies, extinguish stars, and form entire new planetary systems. There are hypotheses such as a civilization will achieve the ultimate feat of immortality by transferring their consciousness into digital realms. With such immersive power at their disposal, these beings will rewrite the laws of nature as we know them. But as they push the limits of scientific knowledge, they will also discover that the universe is far more vast and complex than they ever imagined. Perhaps they'll even discover there's a multiverse of universes out there.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Maybe.
If multiverses turn out to be their new reality, civilization of Type 5 will conquer these worlds, harnessing an almost inexhaustible source of energy along their journey. And hypothetical white holes, which are considered the opposite side of black holes, could be the key to achieving this. Meanwhile, science will actively delve into the study of higher dimensions, unlocking secrets and possibilities that were once thought to be fiction. According to scientific theories, a Type 6 civilization would become multi-dimensional. If humans were to enter the fourth dimension, which is a hypothetical spatial dimension beyond the 3 dimensions of length, width, and height, our physical bodies wouldn't be able to exist or function in this realm. Scientists think that the physical laws and properties of objects would behave differently in the fourth dimension, making it incompatible with our 3-dimensional bodies. But for our descendants, who have risen to Type 6 civilization, this may not be a problem. Theoretically, they could learn to preserve their consciousness as pure energy that can be transferred from one dimension to another. The only obstacle could be energy resources needed to make such a transition. But maybe a Type 6 civilization will be able to extract energy from white holes across multiverses. Although purely hypothetical, whoever inhabits this new reality would move beyond the speed of light, travel back and forth in time, and overcome cause and effect limitations. After hearing all this, you might think there's no further level to advance to, but there may be another tier, the utmost peak of civilization's progression. A Type 7 civilization would consist of the creators of all laws of nature, matter, energy, space, time, and dimensions. We cannot imagine what life in a civilization of the 7th type would look like, or if such a civilization can even hypothetically exist. In this unfathomable universe, completely different physical laws would reign. Even if we were to gain access to them, we would never understand them. In theory, it would take us 10 duodecillion years to become a civilization of this type. Another idea is that we will never reach the 7th level because it's not a community of beings, but rather existence itself. We wouldn't even notice if such a civilization existed in the first place. Contemplating the possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence is a captivating subject. However, the search for evidence of such advanced civilizations is quite a challenge. Looking for civilizations in the lower levels of the Kardashev scale would be a more realistic pursuit. The theory of different types of civilizations provides clues for the search, particularly on exoplanets with conditions suitable for life. According to NASA, there are potentially 300 million such worlds in our galaxy, although we've only studied about 55 of them so far. Advanced telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope are not just looking for signs of biological life, but also signs of technological activity. Astronomers believe that with the modern equipment we have today, they would have already detected signs of a Type 1 civilization if it existed in the regions of space we've already studied. In this case, extraterrestrials would be traveling through space at speeds that would make their ships noticeable. A Type 2 civilization is also unlikely to remain completely invisible to us. In order to gather energy, it would need to surround stars with Dyson spheres. If a Dyson sphere...
I don't even need to get to Type 7. Those other civilizations, Type 4, 5, 6, yo, if we achieve that, and I say we because I hope to be around to see some of that stuff, or if they could figure out a way to bring us back, that would be helpful. That would be great. I want to witness some of this stuff, but yeah, I don't even need to get to 7. The rest of those are going to be just beyond anything that you could ever imagine how things will be going on during those times, man.
Constructed at the same distance from the sun as the Earth, and if it was stable, it would enclose a space of approximately 600 million times the surface area of our planet. In other words, the interior of the Dyson sphere would be vastly larger than the surface area of the Earth. According to Dr. Robert L. Forward, such a megastructure with a radius of 1 astronomical unit would require approximately 10 to the 27 kilograms of material, which is roughly equivalent to the mass of Saturn. However, this estimate assumes a solid shell and may not take into account the technological challenges of building such a structure. It would take a lot of building materials and energy to make stars go dark by encompassing them with Dyson spheres. Nothing like this has been detected in the Milky Way yet. However, there were a few times when scientists thought they had found something like a Dyson sphere. When the SETI Institute detected a signal coming from the star HD 164595, 92 light-years from Earth, astrophysicists hypothesized that only a Type II civilization beacon could send such a powerful signal, but it turned out to be just a military satellite orbiting Earth. And in 2008, astronomers detected an exoplanet orbiting a super bright orange dwarf star and dubbed it Fomalhaut b. At first glance, the planet appeared as a bright and cold point of light that quickly moved across the sky. However, in 2014, the planet had vanished, leaving scientists to ponder the reason behind its disappearance. Some suggested that the planet's orbit may have become unstable, causing it to drift away from its parent star. Others proposed that Fomalhaut b had migrated to orbit a different, larger and brighter star elsewhere in the galaxy. It wasn't until later that researchers discovered that the celestial body was not actually a planet, but rather an enormous cloud of frozen debris. This debris is thought to have formed from a massive and violent collision between two icy asteroids, an extremely rare phenomenon. Although we may never know for certain what happened to Fomalhaut b, it's possible that a Type II civilization was in need of building materials for their next megastructure, such as a Dyson sphere. Given the uncertainty surrounding the disappearance of stars, it begs the question of how we would even begin to trace the activity of a Type III civilization. Civilizations of Type III are either very rare or simply don't exist in our local universe. Astronomers have searched for them using the infrared telescope WISE, expecting to detect large amounts of infrared radiation that such highly advanced civilizations would emit. So far, no signs of such activity have been found, but astronomers remain hopeful. It's hypothesized that a Type III civilization may be hiding in giant cosmic voids, the origin of which is not yet fully understood. One particular area of interest is the Buitz void, which is almost entirely devoid of stars and galaxies and has a diameter of 330 million light-years, making up approximately 0.27% of the diameter of the observable universe. According to scientific speculation, the empty space may be attributed to the various kinds of activities by an advanced Type III civilization. It's possible that some extraterrestrials have been obscuring entire galaxies one by one, covering their stars with Dyson spheres or moving them to the desired location. Scientists hope that Earth's technological advancements will allow them to test this hypothesis in the near future. Do you think we'll ever find intelligent life out there? And if we do, should we ever try to get in contact?
The Mars exploration missions launched in 2003, successfully landing 2 rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, on the Red Planet. The mission's objective was to search for clues to past water activity on Mars. The mission also included 3 previous landers, the 2 Viking program landers in 1976 and Mars Pathfinder probe in 1997. Both rovers were given an expected lifespan of just 90 days due to the notorious dust storms present on the surface. Spirit lasted an incredible 7 years, surviving until 2010, yet mysteriously, Opportunity is still functioning to this day. This is due to several events which have become known as cleaning events, which over that last 14 years have been mysteriously cleaning the rover's solar panels. Designed to go offline during the night to save energy, it is during these hours that something, or someone, has been helping to keep our rovers running. Opportunity has since been given 5 mission extensions, which it has successfully completed. In July 2007, during the fourth mission extension, severe Martian dust storms blocked sunlight to the rover and threatened the ability of the craft's survival. However, when the dust storms lifted, they revealed that something had cleaned the rover of nearly all debris. On May 1, 2009, during its fifth mission extension, Spirit became stuck in the soft soils of Mars. After nearly 9 months of attempts to get the rover back on track, including test rovers on Earth, NASA announced on January 26, 2010, that Spirit was retasked as a stationary science platform. Strangely, it seems, because the rover was not moving, it missed subsequent cleaning events, leading NASA to lose contact shortly after. Most recently, Opportunity has seen a surge in energy after a cleaning event in March, the Martian month coincidentally resulting in a power boost of 70% when compared with power levels at the start of this year. And now mission scientists have released a self-portrait photo of the Mars rover. When compared with the dust coverage at its worst, the difference is nothing short of dramatic. Having just survived its 6th Mars winter, thanks to the most recent cleaning event, Opportunity now has solar panels that are as dust-free as they were when they entered the Martian atmosphere. Just what exactly has been cleaning the rovers on Mars? Covert astronauts? Or maybe it's aliens? Whatever it is, we may never know.
And who cares for that matter, as long as it keeps doing what it needed to do for us. Especially when you send something out and you only expect it to give you 90 days and it gives you 7 years. Yeah, I'm pleased with everything that's going on with the rovers. How about y'all? You know what I mean? But y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you thought of these videos. And stick around and stay tuned, man. Don't forget to hit that like button so we can unplug some people. And stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.